Brigham Muni, very happy to see him, very supposed to be very happy when we see the devotees. So, and then Brigham Muni refused to embrace him. He's like, oh, I don't want to touch someone that's covered in dust and ashes and lives in a crematorium. And so Lord Shiva got very angry. Well, then Parvati calmed him down. So next he went to go see Lord Brahma, and Lord Brahma was doing, or maybe Lord Brahma, I can't exactly remember what happened there, but all I remember is that the Brigham Muni didn't offer any respect to Lord Brahma. And Brigham Muni, he's one of the sons of Lord Brahma, right? He's one of the Prajapatis, I think. So he didn't offer any respect. He didn't bow down. So Lord Brahma, again, he got a little angry, but he controlled himself with his mind. And then he went to go see Lord Vishnu, and then Brigham Muni kicked him in the chest, and Lord Vishnu was like, "No, I hope you're okay. Your feet are okay. You just hit my hard chest." And so Lord Vishnu wasn't disturbed at all. He was completely in the mode of goodness. So of course, Lord Vishnu was supreme in the mode of goodness. And that was what was established there. And so, first I want to mention that the glories of Lord Shiva, and now kind of trying to highlight how Lord Shiva's, because in some of the Puranas, you have 18 different Puranas, and there's 6 in the mode of ignorance, 6 in the mode of passion, 6 in the mode of goodness. And generally in the ones in the mode of ignorance, Lord Shiva would be seen as supreme. That's correct, Prabhu? Is that right? Yeah. So in, for example, in the Brahma Samhita, we have an explanation of Lord Shiva's position. So Lord Shiva is actually a servant. He's not the supreme. I don't know if you want to put this on the. I'm just going to read this verse. It's a Brahma Samhita 5:45. It's on the Veda base anyway. Because Lord Shiva's very, very empowered, and Prabhupada's saying in this purport that Lord Shiva is a Shaktivesha avatar. And I actually wanted to bring this to a question because I was a little confused, because I understand that Lord Shiva is a Guna avatar, and then Prabhupada's saying he's a Shaktivesha avatar. Is there it's the same thing, or I guess a Guna avatar, they are empowered.
Also, Shiva is a tattva.
Shiva tattva, right?
And he's almost like Vishnu tattva. He's definitely, because it's not Jiva that's Shakti.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But it could be another way of using the word, because Shakti means energy and Avesha means dressed in.
Yeah.
So that then doesn't just refer to Jiva.
Because in the purport, Prabhupada is saying, he says, Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are incarnations of Lord Vishnu and are both known as Shaktivesha avatars. They are endowed with special power like that of Lord Vishnu. So I guess that it's implied in the purport as well, that they have the power, so they're empowered, but they're still Guna avatars, right?
Yeah, Srila Prabhupada, he doesn't really qualify either. He's just basically sticking to the same consistent line all the way through the Vishnu Supreme.
Yeah.
And if somebody was to come up and say, this shows that because Lord Shiva was the one who was supposed for protection, he was more powerful.
Yeah.
So that's why he's kind of safeguarding against misinterpretation. But without trying to qualify too much, which then puts the onus on us, that if somebody comes up and says that, but we'd have to know our stuff well enough to be able to back up what Srila Prabhupada is saying.
Yeah, because especially in this verse, with some devotees of Lord Shiva, they see Lord Shiva as supreme, and then we have this verse. It says, "Mahadev, super soul of all living entities." And we know super soul is Garbhakashaya Vishnu, or is it? Shiradakshaya Vishnu. It's a super soul within the heart, right? And then in the Bhagavatam it's saying that Mahadev is super soul of all living entities. But as it says in the purport, that whenever Lord Shiva is seen as protection, and it's actually just the power of Lord Vishnu. Oh, we've got it. Okay, yeah. So this is this is the best description of Lord Shiva's position. Just as milk is transformed into curd by the actions of acids, but yet the effect of curd is neither the same as nor different from its cause, viz. I've never understood why it says viz.
Yeah, viz is
It means water in Hungarian, right?
viz.
Therefore, it's like Old English, right?
I can't remember what it stands for, but I'm sure that's.
Yeah. That is caused milk. So,
Viz, namely, in other words,
namely,
used to introduce a gloss or explanation.
right? Okay. So, viz milk. So, I adore the primeval Lord Govinda, so of whom the state of Sambhu is a transformation for the performance of the work of destruction. So, well, Lord Shiva is given this power by Vishnu, so he can do this particular service, the service of destruction, which is a very difficult service. I'm not sure, but we're that's it. We're very adept at doing destruction in the material world, because destruction's in the mode of ignorance, right? So it's very easy. And the difficult thing is maintenance, I just then go through the rest of this and ask the questions. Okay, I just got a few more things. Basically, just a few stories from the Bhagavatam I want to share. So you've probably heard of them, but it's always nice to bring them up as well. So we have this other story from the 10th canto of Rikasura. Right, Rikasura is this demon. I think it's Rikasura, right? That's the name. I'm just wondering how to say it. Rikasura, Vriks, Rika.
Is he the one who got his head cut?
Yeah. He was like doing austerities in the fire, throwing his flesh in the fire, trying to please Lord Shiva. And then Lord Shiva was like, and then he came down because he tried to kill himself, right? Cut his head off.
Yeah, Ricochet.
Yeah. And then, so he asked Lord Shiva, or Lord Shiva said, okay, what boon do you want, So, I would like the boon that whoever's head that I touch, they instantly die, they explode, He's like, okay, that's whatever, it's yours. And then, being a demon, he decided to try to touch Lord Shiva's head, So there's this whole chase going up through the all the material world, all the way up to Vaikuntha, Swetadu is described, he goes to Swetadu, Sri Shikharanitai Maipashashiki. So Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva goes up to Swetadu to see Lord Vishnu and explain what's going on. This demon's trying to kill me with my own boon. So again, Lord Shiva, he doesn't have the power to override his own boon. He has to go to Lord Vishnu, who he's getting his power from. So he went to Lord Vishnu to ask him, "Can you help out? I've done a boo boo. He's going to get me." And then Lord Vishnu, because Krishna is the greatest trickster, right? Is that a name for Krishna? Has he got a name for that?
Says of
Greatest.
Yeah.
Bhagavad Gita. There'll be a name for it as well. I'm not sure. I'll have to check later. But anyway, so Lord Vishnu being the greatest trickster, he says to Rikasura, he goes, "You really think that Lord Shiva's boon is going to take any power? Just put your hand on your own head and check it out." So he goes, "Oh yeah, you're right. That Lord Shiva," and then and he dies.
Yeah, what's interesting is that he's thinking it over, and it's the super soul.
Microphone.
It's the super soul that's I didn't think like that.
Yeah.
So Kamsa was going to kill Devaki, and the super soul was.
No, that's not that one. Alan, the microphone in the just so everyone online can hear what you're saying. It's a bit quiet.
How do you switch it on? You just press the.
Yeah, just the, 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 Very bottom there. On the other side there.
There we go.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's interesting. In the past times, when the demons are thinking it over, so he gets bewildered and thinks, yeah, he's right, actually. I'll just touch my head, So it's amazing, isn't it, how intimately connected the Lord is. He's in the heart. Like he's got the demons doing this, and they're just so that they can scratch the back, the pleasing sensation. And then Kamsa, the easiest thing would have been to have just killed Devaki straight away, and it would have been no problem. But he couldn't do it.
Even though Narada had given him so much advice, right?
Yeah.
Narada was telling him all this.
And so it's interesting how the interplay takes place, the pastime, and Krishna's just bringing the people in to play the parts, to allow the pastime to take place.
Yeah, because sometimes I think all the demons, there's no connection with Krishna, or that they're demons for a reason, but there's still a super soul within the demon, right? And it's still taking some action. That's very nice. Okay, so there's another story, last story from the Bhagavatam. There's quite a few with Lord Shiva, but the other ones that I didn't think I want to share. But this is about Chitraketu. You heard of this, right? No. It's a great story. Chitraketu Maharaj is an elevated devotee, right? I didn't get so much of the previous thing. I think he was like a king, and he got some benediction from Narada. Then he became Chitraketu, maybe in his next life, and he was a very elevated devotee, And he was traveling around, the different worlds, and he came across Lord Shiva, and he was Lord Shiva. He generally doesn't wear many clothes, just wears is it a deer skin that he wears, or is it he just wears a deer skin and ashes, and he's very renounced, he's doing the most austerities, but he's also in charge of the mode of ignorance. So he looks after all of the ghosts and the bhutas and the goblins and all these kind of creatures. So yeah, Chitraketu is going around, and then he sees Lord Shiva sat in meditation with Parvati sat on his lap. Which again is he was surrounded by sages. He was in this association of sages and all of his associates, and he's sat in public with his wife on his lap, and he's not dressed properly. So Chitraketu, for some reason, even though he's very exalted, he started laughing. This Lord Shiva he's the most austere, but he's sat there with all these sages and his wife on his lap, and he starts laughing. Lord Shiva just smiles, whatever, okay, I don't care, But Parvati, his wife, she got very angry, she cursed him. So
I don't think he was actually laughing at him. It was Parvati that thought he was.
Yeah.
Shiva understood that he wasn't. He was laughing at, he was amazed at how advanced Lord Shiva is.
Right.
It was more like that. And Parvati took it the wrong way. And Shiva said he cursed him wrongly. And he regretted it later on.
Yeah, so it's a very nice pastime. It showed the advanced level of Lord Shiva, how he was so detached, especially the way he's dressed. He's dressed like that in front of all those sages. He's not on the public platform, And another thing that it was showing as well was the greatness of the devotee as well. There's some nice verses and what I'd like to share. We'll get to that. Maybe I'll just let you know so you can put them up. We are about 6 cantos, 17th chapter, in text 27. Just going from there, there's quite a few nice verses. Glorifying the devotees. Was that actually Lord Shiva is described as Vaishnava Sambhu? Is that Lord Shiva is described as the greatest Vaishnava and the greatest devotee of Lord Vishnu? From these prayers that I'm just about to read, we can see how great of a devotee he is, because usually we can see how great devotees are by how well they can glorify other devotees, right? Chapter 17. in text 27. You can see even though Lord Shiva is the he's the governor of the mode of ignorance. He's in charge of the mode of ignorance, but he's so advanced. He's appreciating the Vaishnavas so much, you know. And he's definitely got a lot to learn from Lord Shiva. We've got it. Okay, great. So yeah, Lord Shiva said, "My dear beautiful Parvati, have you seen the greatness of the Vaishnavas? Being servants of the servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they are great souls and are not interested in any kind of material happiness. Devotees solely engaged in the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan. Never fear." Oh.
It's almost done.
"Never fear any condition of life. For them, the heavenly planets, liberation, and the hellish planets are all the same. For such devotees are interested only in the service of the Lord. Because of the actions of the Supreme Lord's external energy, the living entities are conditioned in contact with material bodies. The dualities of happiness and distress, birth and death cause favors and natural byproducts of the contact with the material world." I guess it was just those 27 and 28. Very nice. Lord Shiva was glorifying the Vaishnavas. And then, yeah, he chastised Parvati afterwards as well for getting angry. But Chittiketu being an amazing devotee as well, he just said it. He was just saying, well, Mother Parvati is by the will, basically it's by the will of Providence, you know. You know, you was covered by the multi-material nature, and so was I. So it's all Krishna's arrangement. Yeah. I think that's all I've got to share as of now. If there's any comments, points of discussion, questions.
Yeah, I just want to comment now. It's interesting how these great Vaishnavas, because Abhigya and Swarat are the two qualities to distinguish Vishnu Tattva from Jiva Tattva, which means that they're all cognizant and they're independent of any laws. So that's how you know you've not got a Jiva Tattva. So because they're Abhigya, they're fully cognizant of past, present, and future, it's hard to offend them because they know what's coming before you even know what's coming.
Yeah.
So they're already aware of that, and they're already making some arrangement. Just like with the GPS, you know, if you're driving along and you take a wrong turn, the machine will recalculate the route. So they're already recalculating the route from events you're going to enact that you don't even realize right now. So you can see from that point of view that it's very hard for them to be offended. And if someone like Parvati is offended, because she's also the Shakti, then we have to assume that, okay, so there's a pastime going on here, you know, because normally these personalities don't make mistakes like that. And mistakes is not normally a word that you would use, you know, in the context of either the spiritual master or the great personalities like this. Just trying to find, okay, what's the lesson that we need to learn from this?
Yeah, there was another thing I was reflecting on regarding that. It's with what was it? Bharat Maharaj, you know, because Bharat Maharaj had to fall down from the stage of Bhava, but at the same time, Prabhupada's saying in the next instruction, in one of his purports at the end, he says that once we're on the Bhava platform, there's no falling down. So I was reflecting on that, you know, how did he make the mistake? He was such a, and then we kind of we discussed it a little bit, and we kind of thought it wasn't really a mistake, it was just part of the pastimes, you know. It's just for the sake of some lessons, like Arjuna, for example, you know, the whole thing in the Bhagavad Gita, for the sake of us hearing the Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, and also about, you know, Abhigya, you said? Abhigya?
Abhigya.
And so that, I was just, you know, also like the, you know, not taking offense because, you know, these exalted personalities know what's happening in the past, what's going to happen in the future. They're fully cognizant. Whereas when we're not cognizant, then we don't know the reason why something's happening, so it's very easy to get offended, you know. We don't know why someone's doing it. Or maybe like sometimes we get chastised and we think someone's actually out to get us, and we don't understand past, present and future.
It's interesting that Srila Prabhupada links frustration with the voidist philosophy.
Oh yeah.
So that's the natural. That if you're not really catching what's going on, then your recourse is okay. So there's obviously nobody in control. This is just a complete mess. And then the voidist philosophy comes up, which also ourselves we can have relapses. Krishna consciousness where we don't see the rhyme and the reason, and then we decide, okay, maybe even if Krishna is in control, he doesn't seem to be aware of what's going on here,
It seems like there might be another side to that voidist, frustration, and then also this idea of liberation or utopia or something. This utopian idea of things, and that can also be one other side of it, Like, I don't know if I explained that very well.
Actually, sense gratification is impersonal in the ultimate, because it's based upon just what is going to please you, and you're disconnected from anything else around you.
Because it's just like connection with everything and everyone. Right?
Interestingly, in the 7 habits of highly effective people, the last and most difficult habit is interdependence. It is good to be independent. You have to stand on your own 2 feet. So you try and achieve that habit, but then you want to go into the fray of interdependence. That's a challenge,
Yeah, Prabhupada. I do recall that I've seen Prabhupada said we should have some independent thinking as well, but you have to find the balance, isn't it?
Yeah, like we're all supposed to become gurus, and the guru is the most independent.
Alan, you had a question, Alan?
Yeah, you were just saying earlier, like Lord Shiva is tasked with destruction, but we can see he performs other functions. But I'm interested because I also read that at the time of universal dissolution, the flames come out from the mouths of Anantashesh and burns the universal creation. So I'm just wondering, how do these two things come together?
Very good question. All I know about the destruction and Lord Shiva is he has a special dance that he does. That's all about I know. He does a dance and everything kind of
expands right into the ruthless, like on the 5th canto. It's
very flat. Yeah, I'm not sure. A very interesting thing, Banasura, he was playing the Madanga for the dance for Lord Shiva. I just share that one. And he's got 1,000 arms and he's playing the Madanga for the dance. Yeah, I'm not sure to do. I can't give any insight.
I've also thought that because it says that the universe is messing around with the eventually, and then he gets ready and not begin with, and so he descends to
Yeah, I've also heard that the universe is brought in and brought out through the inhalation and exhalation of Vishnu, right? So when he inhales, comes in, and it goes back out. I've heard that too. You never heard that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so there's a few things that we heard, maybe you can do some research and find out about the intricacies of the destruction of the universe.
Well, if we look at the creation, we see that Shambhu is like the symbol is Shiva, and he comes from Vishnu. So Sanantashesh is also like an expansion. So perhaps Shiva is the destruction of that is this expansion of his energy. I don't know. I'll have to research it.
Well, Lord Shiva comes from Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma comes from Vishnu. All the energy comes from Vishnu anyway. We discussed at the start. But the energy of Shambhu is from Vishnu. It's very complicated, Tattva.
Because Shambhu is Shiva, right?
Yeah, Shambhu. Also Rudra. You have Rudra, Shambhu, Sadashiva, Shiva. It's like there's so many different elements to it. You know? They say that Shiva Tattva is very complicated. You know, very difficult to understand. Yeah.
And the other thing is, are there living entities that come from Shiva that are eternal with him? And all the entities go back to Vaikuntha?
Like as in living entities that are born from Lord Shiva, or his servants?
Yeah,
his associates.
Does he have eternal residence with him? But then I suppose if Mahesh down Kailash isn't eternal.
It's below the spiritual sky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll just leave that to Alan to research. Okay, I'm finished. Anything else from the assembled devotees? 2 minutes. Nope. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Ananta Kota Vaishnavinda ki jai. Vaishnav Seva Vaishnav Sangha ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanandi.
His Grace Ishan Das Prabhu ki jai.
Sure.